One of the most fascinating works in the Pritzker collection is the Henri Matisse triptych of Leda and the Swan. This was a work that was a commissioned architectural piece. When you look at this work, the first thing you see is the form of a female and a bird coming down from the top. The swan, of course, is Zeus. So here Matisse is grappling with mythological subjects. This is confined to the central panel, and on each side, when you open the doors, which are painted on the back in gold leaf, you see a bright vermilion and the incising of beautiful leaves whose form would again be echoed in the stained glass windows in Vence. His architectural installations were objects and works of art that took him years to develop often, and this work was no different. The history of this work is really fascinating. It developed out of the idea of a family named the Anchorenas, who wanted to commission Matisse to create a work of art for their home in Paris on the Avenue Foch. Matisse thought about this for quite a while, and after some months and I would say several letters, he agreed. And he agreed to do this commission not just as a painting for their home,
but on a door and window shutters that were actually physically taken out of their home and brought to Matisse.
These doors had to be uninstalled from the home on the Avenue Foch and brought to Matisse, crossing a military zone, essentially. When Matisse received these into his studio, he then worked on them for years, and he photographed them in his studio on numerous occasions. The Anchorenas were, as you might imagine, after several years, impatient to receive this commission and continued to chase Matisse, to put it politely. Eventually, Mr. Anchorena came to Matisse's studio in Vence and saw the doors and was absolutely enraptured. It wasn't until this final version that he painted each side door in this really brilliant shade of red with these beautifully incised leaves, and Leda and the Swan are confined into the center of the composition. Matisse documented all of these states. He took photographs of all of them, and he even brought them with him to Paris when he did an interview to talk about the importance of variation and process in the artist's work. Matisse had first started doing this type of work in 1909, when he had created 2 large interior panels that are now found at the Pushkin Museum. In 1932, he was commissioned by Albert Barnes to do The Dance, which is still at the Barnes Foundation, now in Philadelphia. The dance goes all along top of a great room in the Barnes. He did the stained glass windows for the chapel in Vence. He did a large-scale fireplace mural for the Rockefellers, which is now on permanent loan to a museum in Texas. Most of Matisse's architectural commissions were either created for a public space or are now in museum collections. It's incredibly rare that this is still in private hands.